In this video, we're going to learn how to make a square knot bracelet. You're going to need hemp cord, scissors, tape, and beads if you'd like to use beads. We'll be starting with 2 cords. You'll cut one the length of your arm from the tip of your fingers to your shoulder, and then you'll cut the other one 3 times the length of your arm. So you'll have 1 short cord and 1 longer cord. Once you have these cords cut to the right lengths, you're going to try to find the center of both of the cords. So just take the short cord, put the ends together, and find the center. And then take the longer cord, put the ends together, and find the center. Once you find those middles, you're going to put them together so you can hold both of them in one hand. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to tie the centers of the cords together. So you're just basically tying a little knot so there's a little loop at the end. So you'll take that loop, give yourself a little extra string, wrap it around your fingers, and hold it in place with your thumb. And then the end of those cords, that loop part, is going to go through the space where your fingers were. So you're going to tuck that through that loop, and you're going to pull tight. As you're pulling that knot tight, make sure that the end of that loop isn't too big or too small. You want it about the size of the tip of your pinky. So I'll do this again quick, just in case you missed it. I'll zoom in a little bit here. So you're going to take those middles of the cords, put them together, give yourself some extra thread, wrap it around your fingers, hold it in place. I like to move my finger out of the way when I tuck the ends through that loop. And then as I tighten it, I make sure that the loop is not too big or too small. About the tip of my pinky is a good size. Once you have that knot tied, we're going to tape that loop down to the table. And you do want a little bit of workspace underneath that knot. So don't tape it right on the edge of your table. You do want to tape it well enough that it's not going to be coming undone constantly, because that could be pretty frustrating. At this point, you should have 4 cords hanging down from that knot. 2 of them are going to be shorter and 2 of them are going to be longer. Those 2 short cords are called the carrier cords, and they're always in the center, so they're going to be right in the middle of your bracelet. And the 2 longer cords should go off to the left and to the right, and those are called your knotting cords. Those are the ones doing all of the knotting. So with those 2 carrier cords, the easiest way to make sure they stay where they're supposed to is to tape them in place. So just take a little piece of tape them down to your table, but try to make sure that when you tape them down, there's a little bit of space underneath those middle cords, so that way you can still move and tie threads underneath of there. So to start your spiral knot, you're going to start with the right knotting cord and lay it over the center cords like the shape of the letter P. The left cord is going to lay over top all of them. Make sure it's on top of that tail end. And then it's going to go diagonally underneath all the cords and up and out the loop of the letter P. As you pull it through that loop, you're probably going to have to hang on to the right and left cords as you slide the knot to the top and pull tight. Now you don't want to pull too tight, just give it a gentle pull, it should just be a pretty light knot. So we did the right side. Now we have to switch to the left. So you're going to take the left cord. You'll take it like the letter 4, should be the shape of the letter 4, number 4, good grief. You're going to take that right cord and lay it over top of the left one. And the right cord is going to go diagonally underneath all the cords and up and out of the loop of the number 4. You'll pull tight, pull up to the top, give it a little tug. And then you're going to switch back to the right hand side. And you're going to alternate between right and left, right and left. So move to the right side, shape of the letter P, left cord on top, left cord goes diagonally underneath and out of the letter P. Pull the knot to the top, give it a tug. Now we're on the left side again. So we'll take that left cord, shape of the number 4. The right cord lays on top of that tail end, and it goes diagonally underneath all the cords and out that letter or number 4. Pull up to the top, pull tight, and then you're going to keep going. You may run into an issue where you can't remember which side you've actually finished tying on. So as you're looking close here, now it might be hard to see. One side has a little bit of a bump. You see that little bump there? And the other side does not. So the side with the bump is the side you're supposed to tie on. So that little bump was on the right, which means that we started with the right cord. So we'll tie that knot here. And now when you take a close look at it, you'll see that little bump is on the left side. There's nothing on that right side there. There's that little bump on the left side, which means it's the left side's turn. It can be a little confusing, but you just want your knots to look flat. You don't want them to start twisting. That means you're missing. There's that little bump, not a bump there. If you'd like to add a bead at this point, so this is about the middle of my bracelet, all you need to do is take the carrier threads out of that tape. Find a bead that fits onto your hemp cords. Put it on both of the carrier cords. Tape them back down. And then you're going to keep tying the exact same knot that you were tying. So it's nothing special or fancy. The knot just secures the bead into place. When you reach the end of your bracelet, when it's long enough to fit around your wrist, you'll just double check that it's actually the length that you want it to be. And when it's time to finish off that bracelet, you're simply going to take all of those threads hanging off the end, and you're going to tie a knot that's the exact same knot as you tied at the beginning. So you'll wrap those tail ends around your fingers, move your finger out of the way, and tuck all 4 of those cords into that loop. And then pull tight. Once that knot is pulled tight, you just want to make sure that the knot fits into the loop that you made at the beginning. And then you can cut off those extra cords hanging off the end. Don't cut them super close to the knot or they'll come undone. Just give it a little bit of space and cut the extra cords off. And there you have a square knot bracelet. That little knot at the end should fit through the loop you made at the beginning.